Antonia's story begins long before her birth, with a ferret named Willa. Willa lived in the 1980s. Her genes hold the key to Antonia's existence. Scientists collected and froze Willa's DNA. This was a remarkable act of foresight. At the time, no one knew if this DNA could help save a species. Years later, scientists used Willa's DNA to create a clone. That clone was Antonia. Antonia's birth was a scientific marvel. It proved that cloning could be used for conservation. Antonia carried Willa's genes that were thought to be lost forever. Antonia, the clone, became a living link to the past. Genetic diversity is crucial for the survival of a species. When a species has low genetic diversity, it becomes more vulnerable. Diseases can wipe out a population. Environmental changes become harder to adapt to. The black-footed ferret population faced this threat. They had very low genetic diversity. This was due to their small numbers. Antonia's birth was a step towards increasing that diversity. Her genes, passed down from Willa, brought new variations into the population. These variations could be the key to the species' long-term survival. More diverse genes mean a stronger chance of survival. The black-footed ferret is a small, elusive predator. They were once abundant in the American West. Their numbers dwindled as their habitat disappeared. By the 1970s, they were thought to be extinct. The main reason for their decline was the loss of prairie dogs. Prairie dogs are the black-footed ferret's primary food source. Then, in 1981, a small population was discovered in Wyoming. This discovery sparked a major conservation effort. The remaining ferrets were brought into a captive breeding program. This program was crucial in preventing their complete extinction. The black-footed ferret was given a second chance. Section 5. Elizabeth Ann's Journey, A Clone's Triumph. Antonia wasn't the first cloned black-footed ferret. That title belongs to Elizabeth Ann. Elizabeth Ann was cloned from DNA collected in the 1980s. Her birth in 2020 was a major scientific breakthrough. However, there were challenges in integrating Elizabeth Ann into the breeding program. Scientists had to ensure that she could thrive in a captive environment. They also needed to ensure she could successfully reproduce. Elizabeth Ann's journey provided valuable lessons. These lessons paved the way for Antonia's success. Elizabeth Ann showed the world that cloning could work. Section 6. Antonia's Triumph, A Mother is Born. Antonia's birth built upon the foundation laid by Elizabeth Ann. Scientists applied what they learned from Elizabeth Ann to Antonia's care. They carefully introduced Antonia to a male ferret. Their goal was to ensure she could successfully mate and raise kids. Antonia's pregnancy was a moment of great anticipation. Her successful delivery of 2 healthy kits was met with joy and relief. Antonia's motherhood represents a victory for cloning technology and for the future of the black-footed ferret. Antonia had fulfilled her role. A mother was born. Section 7. United for Conservation, a Team Effort. Antonia's story is not just a story about scientific advancement. It is a testament to collaboration. This conservation success involved numerous organizations and individuals. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service played a crucial role in managing the species' recovery. The Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute provided expertise in cloning technology. Other organizations such as zoos and conservation centers contributed to the captive breeding program. This collective effort underscores the importance of partnerships in conservation. It takes a united front to save a species. Section 8. Beyond Antonia, Cloning for the Future. Antonia's story has ignited discussions about the future of conservation. Cloning is a powerful tool. It can potentially help save other endangered species. Scientists are already exploring its use for species with low genetic diversity. These include the Przewalski's horse and the northern white rhino. However, cloning is not a simple solution. It is a complex process. It requires significant resources and expertise. It also raises ethical considerations that need to be carefully addressed. Could cloning be the answer for other species on the brink? Section 9. A New Era Hope for Endangered Species. Despite the challenges, Antonia's story offers hope. It demonstrates that extinction is not inevitable. We have the tools and knowledge to make a difference. Cloning can be one of those tools. It can help us preserve biodiversity. Antonia's story is a call to action. It reminds us that we have a responsibility to protect our planet's biodiversity. It shows us that even in the face of adversity, there is always hope. There is always a chance to turn back from the brink. Section 10. The Ethical Considerations Balancing Act. The use of cloning in conservation is not without its ethical considerations. Some argue that it is not a natural solution. Others worry about the long-term impacts on species. These concerns are valid and warrant careful consideration. Open and transparent discussions are crucial. We need to weigh the potential benefits of cloning against any potential risks. Ethical frameworks need to guide its use in conservation efforts. Responsible innovation requires careful consideration of the ethical implications. Section 11. A Future for Wildlife Innovation and Dedication. Antonia's story is a beacon of hope. It highlights the importance of scientific innovation. It underscores the power of collaborative conservation efforts. As we look to the future, we must continue to push the boundaries of science. We must also remain dedicated to protecting our planet's biodiversity. The story of Antonia, the cloned ferret mom, is a reminder that even small creatures can have a profound impact. It is a story that inspires us to protect our planet and all its inhabitants. The future of wildlife depends on our actions today.